Hi, second graders. Mrs. Aishat's here. I'm going to be teaching you your phonics and grammar for lesson 24. So if you're ready, we're just going to hop right in and let's learn. First, we're going to do our phonics. We are going to be learning prefixes. Can everyone say prefixes? Prefixes. Awesome. Prefixes are letters that go in front of a root word. Now, root words are words like paid, load, and print. They are words by themselves. Re, pre, un, over, and miss, these are not words by themselves. They have to be put in front because pre means in front of, or before, pre means before, of a root word. So, we're going to be looking at this week is re, un, over, pre, and miss for our prefixes. Let's talk real quick about what each prefix means. Re means again, to do it again. So for example, if we repaid someone, you paid them again. Or if you reloaded the dishwasher, you loaded it again. Or if you reprinted something, reprinted the paper, you printed it again. Re means again. Next, we're going to do un. Un is opposite of. So if I say unpaid, I took back the money. I did the opposite of paid. Or I unloaded. Instead of loading the dishwasher, I unloaded it. I took everything out. Unprinted, that doesn't really make sense. But if I was unlucky, I was the opposite of lucky. The prefix over means to. So, overpaid, I paid too much money for something maybe. If I overloaded the dishwasher, I did too many dishes in the dishwasher. Or if I overprinted, I did too many papers. I printed too many papers. I overprinted something. Pre means before. If I prepaid, I paid to do something before it happened. Or I preloaded the, I keep on this dishwasher. I preloaded the dishwasher with detergent. I put detergent in the dishwasher before I loaded it maybe. Pre-printed, that doesn't really make sense either. Or, here, pre-test, a test before you take the real test maybe. Miss. Miss means wrong. If I mispaid someone, I paid them the wrong amount of money. Misloaded, that doesn't make too much sense. Maybe you loaded it wrong, or you that's not really a word, but you loaded the dishwasher wrong maybe. Misprinted, maybe that happens a lot of the time where you print something wrong, or if you are writing and you misprinted on your paper, that means maybe you spelled something wrong. So root words are the words that are the main word and we're adding prefixes to the front. This week we are going to be looking at the syllables in words with prefixes. So let's say the word retell. Let's clap it out. Ready? Retell. Where would I put my slash? In between re and tell. How many syllables was that? Retell. 2. Now, let's say the next word. Unwrap. Ready? Let's clap it out. Unwrap. Where would I do my slash? In between un and wrap. How many syllables was it? 2. Now, pre-test. Let's clap it out. Pre-test. Where would I put my slash? In between pre and test. How many syllables? 2. Next is unhappy. Let's clap it out. Unhappy. unhappy. 3. And misunderstood. Let's clap it out. Misunderstand. Oops, misunderstand. Let's try that again. Misunderstand. 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 That's 4 syllables. Next is preschool. Let's clap it out. Preschool. 2 syllables. Overjoyed. Let's clap it out. Ready? Overjoyed. Overjoyed. 3 syllables. Great job. Okay, unlock. Let's clap it out. Unlock. 2 syllables. And misbehave. Misbehave. We have 3 syllables. Miss and be and have. All right. Let's look at our prefixes here. We have re, un, pre, miss, pre, over here, and miss. Now, if I just write the word miss like that, is that a word by itself? No, you have to add a root word to it. Or un. Is un a word by itself? No. Re? Nope. Over is. But is pre? Nope. They are words not by themselves, so you have to add them to a root word. Awesome. Let's move on to our grammar. I'm going to write grammar up here so you know. We are going to be looking at irregular action words. First, before we jump in, let's just touch on what past and present mean. Past means it already has happened. Woo, running out of room. And present is happening now. So, past has already happened. Present means it's happening now. Now, for past verbs that have happened already, usually we add an ed to the word, like jump. I jumped yesterday. Now, irregular action verbs, we aren't using ed for this. We have to change the word completely. So, for example, run. We run, that's what's happening right now. But if that happened in the past, I runned yesterday? No, that doesn't make sense. I ran yesterday. So this is the present, and this is the past. Come. Come is happening right now. But if I did it in the past, I comed home yesterday? No, we are adding an ed to this word. That doesn't make sense. We need to do it. Came. I came home yesterday. Now, sit. Sit is happening right now. Now, let's do it in the past. Brody, the past, I sitted yesterday? No, that doesn't make sense. I sat yesterday. What about hide? Hide. In the past, I hided in my closet last month? No, that doesn't make sense. I hid in my closet last month. What about tell? Tell. In the past, I told my teacher something? No, we need to change the whole word. I told my teacher something. Now, a question I ask myself, is this action happening now, or did it happen in the past? If it happened in the past, you need to make sure if it makes sense to add the ed, or do you need to change the whole entire word? If it doesn't make sense, change the word. I like to put it back in the sentence. Here's another example. We have present of see. I see the bird. If I seed the bird yesterday, that doesn't make sense. I saw the bird yesterday. Next is go. Go. I go to the store. But if I did that last week, I go to the store, we would have added an ed to that word. We would say, I went to the store. Sorry, we have a cranky baby. All right, so that was irregular action verbs. Now, if I put it back into the sentence to make sure it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, try a different word. We don't want to sound like hillbillies. I run to the store. No, I ran to the store. Always put the words back into the sentence. For our last part of our grammar, we are going to look at words with silent consonants. Now, what's a consonant? Who knows? Consonants are the opposite of vowels. And actually, let's talk about opposites real quick. Opposites, or we can call them antonyms, because we are going to be looking at antonyms for vocabulary this week anyways. Antonyms mean the opposite. So consonants are the opposite of vowels. Vowels we know are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So consonants are the opposite. Those are the letters that are not vowels. So everything else in the alphabet that is not A, E, I, O, U, or sometimes Y. So A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y. So they're not those letters. They're everything else. B, D, F, H, G, you know what I mean. So we're going to look at words with silent consonants. Now, let's say the word wrist. Say it. Wrist. What letter here are we not saying? We're not saying the W. The W is silent. We don't say wrist. No, it's just wrist. We hear the R. The W is silent. What about this word? Let's say it together. Wreck. The W is silent. We don't say wreck. No, we only hear the R. Next, we have, let's say it together, knife. We don't say knife. No, the K is silent. We only hear the N at the beginning of the word. Now, let's say this word together. Wrong. Do we hear wrong? No, the W is silent. We only hear the R at the beginning of the word. Now, let's say this word. Gnome. Gnome. Do we say gnome? No. That G is silent. We only hear the N at the beginning. Now, we're going to look at words with silent consonants at the end of the word. Let's say this word, comb. Comb. We do not hear the B here at the end. We only hear the M. We don't hear comb. No, we don't. We don't hear that B. What about this word? Let's say it, climb. Climb. We hear the M. We don't hear the B. It doesn't say climb. No. It says climb. That B is silent. Let's say this word, lamb. Lamb. Now we hear the M. We do not hear the B. We don't hear lamb. No. Let's say this word, not. Can someone tell me what is the silent consonant here? It's the K. We don't hear the K. We only hear the N. It does not say